Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into the documents that big companies don't always want you to read. Today we are diving into a report from CytoDyn, and let's just say their auditor situation is a bit like musical chairs, but with accountants. You'll see what I mean in a minute. This report is about a big change. Their accounting firm quit and they had to find a new one pretty fast. We're going to look at why this happened, what the old accountants said about the company, and who the new accountants are. It's like a behind the scenes look at the people who check the company's math, which is super important. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can discuss these filings with other investors and finance nerds. So let's get into it. The big news is that CytoDyn's accounting firm Markham LLP resigned, meaning they quit. This happened in May of 25, but here's the twist. Markham's business was bought by another firm, CB's CPAs PC, back in November of 2024. Basically, the people who were checking CytoDyn's books moved to a new company, and then the old company Markham said, we're out. This is like your doctor moving to a new practice, but in the world of corporate finance, why is this important? Well, accounting firms are like referees for companies. They make sure the numbers are right. When a firm quits, it can raise questions. Did they see something they didn't like? Were there disagreements? It's our job to find out. Luckily, CytoDyn didn't waste any time. On the same day Markham resigned, they hired CBIZ, the company that now employs most of the same accountants who used to work for Markham. So it's like the team stayed the same, but the jersey changed. Now, what did the old accountants say about CytoDyn before they left? Their audit report, which is like a report card for a company's finances for the year ending in May of 2024, didn't have any major red flags. It didn't say the company was doing anything wrong, but it did have a warning. Markham said there was substantial doubt about CytoDyn's ability to keep operating. That's accountant speak for this company might not be around for much longer. This going concern warning is a big deal. It means the auditors weren't sure if CytoDyn would have enough money to pay its bills and stay in business. The company claims that from June 2024 until May 2025, when Markham quit, there were no disagreements with Markham about how they were doing their accounting. They also said there weren't any reportable events, which are things that accountants have to tell the government about, like big mistakes or problems with the company's finances. Basically, CytoDyn is saying everything was fine. CytoDyn also said they didn't talk to CBIZ, the new accounting firm, about any problems they were having with Markham before hiring them. They didn't ask CBIZ how they would handle things differently or what kind of opinion they would give on the company's financial statements. This is important because companies aren't supposed to shop around for accountants who will give them the answers they want to hear. To make sure everyone is on the same page, CytoDyn sent a copy of this report to Markham and asked them to write a letter to the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, saying whether or not they agreed with what CytoDyn said about them. This is like getting a reference from your old boss to make sure your new boss knows you're telling the truth. And guess what? Markham did write that letter, and it's included as an exhibit in this report. In the letter, Markham said that they agree with everything CytoDyn said about their relationship. This is good news for CytoDyn because it means their old accountants aren't contradicting them. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. Why did Markham resign? It seems like it was mostly because their attest business was bought by CBIZ. This kind of merger can be disruptive, and sometimes it makes sense for companies to switch accounting firms. The more concerning issue is the going concern warning. This suggests that CytoDyn has some serious financial challenges. They might be struggling to generate enough revenue or manage their expenses. This is something investors should definitely keep an eye on. It's good that CytoDyn quickly hired CBIZ to replace Markham. This ensures that they have someone to check their books and comply with regulations. However, the fact that CBIZ already knew the company well since they hired most of Markham's staff could raise questions about their independence. Will they be as critical of CytoDyn as a completely new firm might be? Overall, this report raises some concerns about CytoDyn's financial health. The going concern warning is a red flag, and the change in accountant firms adds another layer of uncertainty. Investors should do their own research and carefully consider these factors before making any decisions about CytoDyn. Alright, that's our breakdown of CytoDyn's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.